Hello everyone, welcome back to Dr. Code's medical coding classes. So today I am doing video on CPT modifiers. So in CPT modifiers are a little bit vast. No, we have many modifiers. So I am doing it in as parts. Okay. So in this video I'll explain what is modifiers and I'll uh, give you two modifiers with examples. Okay, the given modifiers are explained with examples, so it will be easy to understand for you. So modifiers. Modifiers indicates that a specific service or procedure that has been performed has been altered by specific circumstance but not changed in definition or code. So these modifiers, they are usually two characters. It can be alphabet or it can be numbers or it can be alphanumeric. Okay, and they are usually suffix. That is, they are given at the end. That is after code. Okay, now what does it mean? This modifier, when it is given at the end of the code, it means that the description of the code is same, but there is some alteration in its content. Okay, for example, when a doctor takes additional time or effort for doing a particular procedure, you have to apply a modifier for that. Another example is when the same procedure is done on both left and right side, then you can give the code for bilateral. Okay, the modifier for bilateral procedure. Another one example is the modifier for unusual anesthesia. That is when anesthesia is applied by a physician, a general anesthesia is applied by a physician which usually does not require an anesthesia. In that case, you have to indicate a modifier. You have to apply a modifier to indicate that additional anesthesia is applied. Okay, like that. Then it is given here that it is not with add-on codes. This modifier should not be applied to add-on codes. What is add-on codes? You can see in CPT textbook the code with the plus sign, that is add-on codes. So with that codes you should not apply modifiers. Okay. Then in where you can find this modifier in the CPT textbook, it is given in the appendix A of CPT. Okay. Now we will discuss in detail one by one modifiers. Now before that, the modifiers are of two types, level 1 modifiers as well as level 2 modifiers. These level 1 modifiers are usually called as CPT modifiers. They are two-digit number. Okay, they are usually updated annually by AMA, American Medical Association. Some examples are here given: 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 32, 33, like that. Okay, then level 2 modifiers. Level 2 modifiers are known as HCPCS modifiers or HCPCS modifiers. Okay, there are also two characters. It can be alphabet or alphanumerics. That is one alphabet and one number. Okay, this HCPCS modifiers are usually updated by CMS, Center for Medicaid and Medicaid Service. Okay, examples are given here: AA, AE, T1, T2, etc. AA for anesthesia by anesthesiologist, like that. Okay. Now the first modifier. From this onwards, I am explaining first CPT modifiers. Okay. First one is 22, increased procedural service. So the name itself indicate what is that modifier applied for. Increased procedural service, that is for a particular procedure when the doctor is taking additional effort or additional time. Okay, then you have to give this modifier 22 to indicate that particular additional effort taken by the doctor. Okay, it can be due to increased intensity, or it can be due to technical difficulty, or it can be due to the condition of the patient. Okay, etc. Or the doctor might have taken additional physical and mental effort. For all these conditions, you can give this modifier 22. Okay, it will be given in your question like an additional time of 40 minutes or 20 minutes is required to do so and so, like that. Okay, Then the next point, it should not report to E&M service. So you know that the E&M service, E&M codes. Okay, with this E&M codes, you cannot apply modifier 22. Okay, so for the CPC exam in your question, if you have modifier 22 with an E&M code means you can directly eliminate that particular option. Next question, 30-year-old female taken to emergency room for severe abdominal pain, nausea and vomiting, diagnosed with appendicitis and performed emergent appendectomy. The patient had extensive adhesion secondary to 2 previous cesarean deliveries, dissection of this altered anatomical field and required the surgeon to spend 40 additional intraoperative minutes. So here, patient with some complaints, abdominal pain, nausea, vomiting, have diagnosed with appendicitis and the procedure performed is emergent appendectomy. Okay, appendectomy is the procedure here, but additionally some points are given, that is due to previous cesarean delivery the patient had extensive adhesion and these adhesions needs to dissected. Okay, so for that dissection the surgeon had to spend additional 40 intraoperative minutes. Okay, so you have to code for the appendectomy. Along with that, for the additional effort that the surgeon taken, he should be paid. No. So for that, you have to give the code modifier 22 along with the code for appendectomy. Hope now the modifier 22 is clear for you all. Next one is modifier 23, that is unusual anesthesia. Procedure which usually require either no anesthesia or local anesthesia is performed under general anesthesia due to unusual circumstance. That is, for doing a procedure which usually do not require any anesthesia. Okay, or it can be done under a local anesthesia. But due to some circumstance, it can be due to the not cooperating patient or due to developmental, the patient is maybe having some developmental disorder or some abnormalities, or due to some reasons the patient require general anesthesia which is performed by the physician. In such case, you have to give this modifier 23, that is unusual anesthesia, because this case usually does not require general anesthesia, but due to some circumstance it is requiring anesthesia currently. Okay. Example, patient lacerated his forehead, presents to the emergency room, is determined that the patient will need multiple sutures to repair the wound. The patient had Down syndrome and is unable to cooperate with the medical staff. His parent consent to general anesthesia for the wound repair. After GA, intermediate sutures are completed to repair the 6 cm wound. So, the patient is having a laceration in his forehead and he is needed multiple sutures. Okay. Then additional point given is that the patient is having a developmental abnormality, that is the patient is having Down syndrome and is unable to cooperate with medical staff, so a GA was given. Okay, and the procedure performed is intermediate suture of 6 cm on his forehead. Okay, so for performing intermediate suture usually does not require general anesthesia, but here due to the circumstance that the patient is Down syndrome patient and is uncooperative, so the unusual anesthesia, general anesthesia is given to the patient to perform this particular procedure. So along with the procedure, modifier 23 is indicated to identify that GA have given to the patient. So hope these two modifiers and the definition of modifier is clear for you. Now I'll come with the remaining modifiers as soon as possible. If you are watching without subscribing my channel means please do subscribe. Thank you.